Hi there, nerds. We're going to be talking about something kind of fascinating, but before I begin, I just want to say two things. One, do your dailies, dang it. I'm a bit lazy, I haven't been doing it, but I finally caught up and doing part 2 now. As well as go check out the summoning. You get a free unit every day. You might get lucky, who knows. It's still something worthwhile. And also check out the Gleam contest in the description. We have 12 winners in the biggest thing we've ever done for Choose Your Legends 2. I'm really excited about it. It's for you guys. Go check it out. Anyways, alright, let's talk about unused content. Because I always find it fascinating when there's unused content for a video game. Be it maybe something for the future, or maybe something not. You know, maybe it's just something that was antiquated and eventually died down, an old idea that just didn't find its form. Well, when a user by the name of HertzDevil posted this, I simply just found it fascinating. And I was like, ooh, this might be cool. But basically, he managed to go through the string data, found a bunch of unused ones that were, had descriptions. They don't have a use right now, but they do have descriptions on what they very well may be. And, well, some of them might be hints as to what's coming, and I figured we'd dive into it. But let me give you an example of this string data in effect. This is just to give you an example, okay? So we have string limit skill ID 20. And with it, in Japanese, you get the idea, it's translated. It says combat near unit foe's range. This was added, at least from what we could tell, according to HertzDevil, sometime in the middle of July.
Yes?
And for a little while, it was unused. It was not there. Nothing was there. However, that actually changed with Lucina. The parameter for this was actually used in Distant Guard, which makes sense. Combat near unit, foe's range. You get the parameter, you get the idea. So, basically this became, and it'll eventually probably maybe draw on some other skill limits as well when it comes to this, but basically this was the foundation for Distant Guard. And there's a lot of other really odd abilities in there that you can kind of get an idea. There's also old antiquated ones too. Let me just give you an example. This is skill ability ID 87, and that just says HP transfer 2. And, well, that's a pretty simple one to understand. This is what would eventually become Sacrifice, which was Micaiah's special ability. Unfortunately, that was actually rolled into Ardent Sacrifice, which was what, Sacrifice is based off of, at least in this game. So, yeah, skill ability ID 87 is not used right now. It was possibly a test or something else entirely. It's hard to really tell. But it is there. It is just in existence. But there's a lot of other crazy things that are in the data that not only kind of make sense, but also I kind of want to see them. See how this could possibly work out. Let me give you another example, since we can, shall we? We'll go with, say,
Let's go.
I'm just going to pull up skill ID, or skill limit ID 8, and that is stat difference below. You might read that and go, what the hell does that even mean? Well, it actually ties in with another skill limit ID. You see, it is right next to skill limit ID 7, of course, and that is, that is a skill ID that is, well, it's actually the opposite effect. It's stat difference above, and that one, that skill limit ID, is used for such abilities as Heavy Blade and Flashing Blade. So essentially, skill limit ID 8, which is unused right now, could possibly be used for something where a character has less of a stat to get a benefit. That's actually something pretty cool. I wouldn't mind that. Considering the fact that a lot of the earlier units in the game kind of have those problems with the stats. I'm looking at you, Odin. This could be something that could change them around. This could be something that's really useful. I don't know if it'll actually ever happen, but it would be something amazing to see in the game. And I personally would like, maybe if Odin ends up getting his own weapon, he could probably make something out of it, just use that. That's all I'm saying. Please, just use it. But that's another example. There's a lot of duality as well in the skill. Like, just to give you an example out of this, like Laws of Sakai, with its ability where if you're around allies, there is also a skill, skill ID for the adverse effect, or at least seems to be, even if there is no ability in the game right now that uses it. That's just an example, and I really hope that eventually sometime we'll get the stat difference below. I'm just hoping. Then there is one that is just kind of fascinating. one that I'm wondering if this is just a joke by the developers, or maybe just something that actually might come to fruition. So, I'm of course talking about, at least for this one, Skill Ability ID 103. Now, you might be wondering what's so big about that one. Its translation is Leader of the Ragtag, which, huh? What does that even mean? What does that mean? Well, we're not sure, of course. I don't think Hearst Devil has any idea what that might be, but there's also, well, just kind of an example. Namely, the name for this one is actually a direct kind of attribution to a Marth, possibly? Namely, it is the name of an ability from his cipher card art, or at least one of his cipher card arts. Huh. That's a very odd choice of wording and terms for that. Huh. So does that mean that this skill might be related to possibly a Marth later on? Or it could just be an ability for a character in the story mode, or paralog, or anything like that. There's a lot of options out there, and it's really just kind of fascinating to me. But that is pretty much what I'm just here to talk about. Is these abilities may not mean anything later on.
Let's settle this.
But that is a very direct reference to a character that I've not seen in the data, at least from what I can tell. So, is there a Marth ult coming? I doubt it, but you never know. You never know. Maybe it's another Lucina, right, guys? Right? That went over so well. But no, do tell me what you guys think of what has been found. Check out the post in the description. And, well, I don't know if this will actually attribute to anything, but it's still a cool concept and something I'm really fascinated by. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go do the rest of my Faye Summer quests, get some more orbs because I need to do this, and, well, have some fun. So, best of luck, nerds, on all of your quests. Do tell me what you think, and see you next time. Bye-bye!